and welcome to The Complete Guide to Everything, a podcast about everything. I'm one of your hosts, Tom.
And I am Tim.
No, just me do it. Tim, how are you doing this week?
Tom, I'm doing all right. I got a spring in my step. How are you this week?
A spring in your step. Spring shoes? Moon shoes?
I wish I had some Nickelodeon moon shoes. No, I just have a lot of pep in my step.
Pepper?
Pep pills.
Pep pills.
Yeah. I've
Caffeine pills.
Caffeine pills. What's so wrong? How come everybody laughs off...
Pep pills?
No, like, people are like, oh, caffeine pills are actually dangerous. Or maybe, is that just because of Saved by the Bell that I think that people think that? But, like, we're all, like, so proud of being like, I drink 100 cups of coffee a day because I'm addicted to caffeine. But then as soon as we put something in pill form, it's bad.
Well, Tim, once you start taking pills, that's just a one-way trip down to Skid Row. And not the band. The place in Los Angeles.
I'd love a one-way ticket to Los Angeles, Tom.
A one-way trip to Los Angeles, California. No, I think just well, Tim, you can take any pills you want.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that there's negative.
I don't think people
like if I came here and I just like popped a few caffeine pills.
Push some
I'd keep them for myself, Tom.
Oh, okay.
Are they expensive? They're probably really cheap.
No, they're dirt cheap.
Where do you buy caffeine pills?
Anywhere.
like
the liquor store, the post office has them.
Wow, yeah, all right.
Yeah, anywhere. Literally anywhere. No, you can get them like at any place where you buy pills.
Like a GNC?
Yeah. You know what? Because a lot of meatheads use caffeine as like a supplement.
Like to...
For workouts.
Yeah. Who knows? Who knows about all that stuff, huh?
Tom, I'm just telling you that it's the case.
When is the year that you and I will finally make a pact to become hulking strongmen?
I don't know.
I think it would like not be that hard. I
mean, it hasn't happened yet.
With the right supplements and 2 hours a day.
Yeah. Well, 2 hours a day though, that's a big commitment.
It's a big commitment. What do you Tim, doing
I don't,
all day?
But I don't even watch movies. Me and you were talking about this off the air recently, how like the two of us don't watch movies anymore because that's too big of a commitment.
Yeah, but we watch television. Tom, if you could watch the Arrow and the Flash while you were...
Getting ripped?
Yeah, you would do that.
Yeah, but would that have to work out at night when they're on?
No, well, I'll buy you the DVDs.
I already got the DVDs, Tim. I've already seen those ones.
Oh, they have to be new episodes?
They have to be new episodes. And also, I can't be working out. I need to be watching and paying attention.
That's true.
Yeah, so there you go. I can't.
All right, well, it looks
Tim,
like I'm going to leave you in the dust.
It would be... No, because I know a couple of people that like started like out of nowhere kind of like working out all the time.
Yeah.
People look so weird when that happens.
Yeah, that's fine.
And like
Tom, you look weird already.
And they look
Can't
good.
get much weirder.
I guess maybe my head would look normal sized if I had like
my
hulking...
head would be very small. I'm not sure if I'd like that.
You'd call this old regular size head and tiny head.
Instead of regular size head and big head.
Yeah. But no, I've known people who like they look good, but knowing them before they started working out, they just look weird.
Yeah, but
it looks like they're wearing a Halloween costume.
That's just because you're jealous of how strong they got.
No, I'm not jealous. I
used to pick on you. You used to be a 98-pound weakling, and now I'm kind of afraid of you, and I don't like it.
Yeah, I guess I'm not going to be kicking sand and stealing your girlfriend.
Yeah. Just wait, Tom. I'll show you.
If we see, and then that's the thing, Tim. We both can't get super ripped. That would be weird.
Why? Me and my friend Tom went and became monsters together.
Yeah.
I didn't want to make the transformation from man to beast alone.
Yeah.
So
because you'd know that a lot of your old friends, they would want nothing to do with you anymore. As I talked about, where I don't like people who get really muscular.
Well, this is the thing, Tom. The only reason I'm cutting you in on the deal is because I know you'd abandon me.
Yeah. So if you're gonna get ripped, you have to pull me along.
Yeah.
And then
I think my other friends will be understanding about it. I think they'll be like, "Hey, you look good."
No, I think all
How
of our.
many cantaloupes can you smash with your bare hands?
Oh, I thought you were gonna. How many reps?
All of them.
Wow.
All the reps.
Well, see, I see it as like if we got really ripped together, we'd there would be like a transitional period where all of our friends would leave us, but we weren't ripped enough to have like muscular friends yet.
I'm not looking at
And then we'd
muscular
only,
friends. Tom.
well, you'd have to, Tim.
I know. I mean,
Who the hell else is going to spot you? You can't have the same string bean spotting you once.
That's what you're there for, Tom,
yeah.
for the last time.
I guess so we can only work out together.
Yeah, we're workout buddies. That's
But
how it works.
you would watch the Arrow and Flash while we were working out?
Sure, man.
Oh, man. You know what, Tim? That kind of sacrifice inspires me.
Yeah, this is a lovely friendship, Tom, and we are going to really wail on some wuss bags.
Oh, that's what this is all getting
yeah.
to?
Oh, yeah. As soon as I'm a hulking muscle man, Tom, oh, watch out, everybody. I'm going to beat you all up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to jail. They're gonna try to put me in jail, but I'll break out of the cuffs if they
And
somehow
rip open the bars.
Yeah, if they somehow corral me into a cell, I'll bend the bars while all the guards are
Like,
sleeping,
what?
and then the guards will be like, "Stop right there!" I'll bang their heads together.
Smash their heads open.
Yeah, like a
Wow.
cantaloupe.
Man.
Yeah.
All right, I'm in.
This was Tom. So 2017.
2017.
We had to start at the beginning of the
year we get ripped. And we can, you know what? We can take all the caffeine pills we want.
Caffeine pills, creatine powder. I just like the taste of creatine powder.
Creatine powder is supposed to be good nowadays. They're saying to stave off Alzheimer's.
Oh, good. I'm worried about that.
Well, there you go. Then you won't have to worry, Tim.
Yeah.
One less thing to worry about.
Doesn't it like shut down your kidneys though, or something?
you
Small price
got
to
two
pay,
of them.
and you got a lot of muscles.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at some point you're gonna have to. Those kidneys are gonna have to make room for muscles. So,
Yeah. Sorry, kidneys.
Yeah.
Hit the bricks.
Yeah. We've talked before about like doing steroids recreationally. Would you be into just doing that instead? I don't think there are any steroids that you can take that just like in lieu of working out. Give
Yeah,
you
exactly.
muscles.
If those existed,
Yeah.
and eventually they will, count me in immediately.
Well, what about you can get like implants?
That seems,
muscle implants.
You know what? I feel like when they sew up the flaps, it'll look weird.
What flaps? Tim,
They're
you don't
gonna-
have natural flaps.
No, they're gonna have to
They
cut
don't-
flaps.
Well, no, they do an incision, like one cut. They don't cut a flap. It's not like a
How are they gonna get all
like
that?
a
No, the
pair
amount.
of pajamas with the flap in the back so you can
The
poop.
amount of muscles that I'm gonna ask that they put in,
Okay, it's gonna
it's not gonna be
require.
able to fit through a small incision.
Yeah,
They're gonna have to take all my skin off,
they're gonna.
stretch it somehow,
Well, maybe.
put the muscles on my skeleton,
Mm-hmm.
and then somehow fit me back into skin. Maybe if I could get, like a size up larger in skin.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how they do that. Where you'd get skin.
Well, you know what, Tim? Just get real fat beforehand.
That's true.
Then that'll stretch the skin
And
out.
it'd be like, take out all the fat,
Yeah, suck it all
put in the
out.
muscles,
Yeah,
put the skin.
bada bing, bada
Yeah.
boom, all solved.
Man, we should open a clinic, Tom.
Yeah, I mean, we should. Yeah, we could probably like go to South America and open up one of those clinics. Like, you don't
What's
need
that mean?
South America. They've got all kinds of like fly by night operations like that.
They have a lot of fly-by-night operations right here in
Yeah,
the
but
US
like
of A, Tom.
the certification and
You know,
stuff is a little
like
looser.
Congress,
Oh,
right?
Tim, ooh.
trenchant.
Yeah, but if we are going to start working out, we should do steroids. Because
Yeah.
why not?
I think I'd want to work my way up to steroids.
But
'Cause
you're
I feel
just
like
wasting
a real
time
Fool.
in the locker room shooting up steroids, and you're just like a little skinny guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, bro, can you put this in my ass? Shoot me up with steroids real quick. I'm gonna go get really ripped.
Yeah, you had to have a base rippedness, right?
Yeah.
It's like
If we were both in the locker room, just like we got really tanned and oiled up, and we were doing steroids beforehand. They were like, "Why are those two out of shape guys, all greasy, injecting themselves?"
I think this is a good goal. I think we should.
I'm just saying, Tim, start doing the steroids right away, because otherwise you're going to be behind the 8 ball the whole time. Because I'm going to start doing them right away.
Really?
Mhm.
Okay.
Whatever human growth hormone. Yeah, take some of that. See if I can get a little taller.
Maybe I'll just opt for the surgery. Hey, Tom.
Yeah.
It's arrived. It's come.
It's here. It's here.
Time. Let's see if the listener is savvy enough to
be able to tell.
Hear that?
Yeah, that's not a skin mag.
No, it's better. It's 20 times better.
Well, I mean, it's not that much.
It's the Entertainment Weekly Fall TV Preview.
Yeah.
Tom,
Mm-hmm.
special double issue.
They don't F around.
They are not effing around this year, Tom. They get the major scoop on 137 of the biggest shows.
Whoa, 137.
Right here on the front page, the cover.
Yeah.
Supernatural. The Winchesters. I assume they're the
That's
men
the two boys.
in Supernatural.
Mm-hmm. That's the two Supernaturals.
Face new horrors and a mother of a twist.
Yeah, it's probably that they find out who their mother is.
Yeah.
Or something.
And also they're
Read between the lines.
They're lying on top of a car. It looks really badass.
That's their car that they drive.
Is it a convertible? I can't tell.
No.
They put the Entertainment Weekly
No,
logo
it's not
right
a
where the
convertible,
top
Tim.
is.
Yeah.
These guys look cool, Tom.
Yeah.
On a scale of 1 to 20,
Mm-hmm.
where does Supernatural fall on the Tom scale, the T-Bone scale?
A 1 to 20?
Yeah.
Wait. And what am I rating it based on?
How much you love it.
I would say a 10
Wow.
out of 20.
10 out of 10.
Because I have no feelings positive or negative about it.
I've never seen even a minute of the television
I've seen
program.
a minute, but that show's been on for like over 10 seasons. I think this is season 11 or 12.
Okay.
But
they're still going strong, Tom. They got
Oh,
the
yeah, but I'm just
EW
saying,
cover.
I can't catch up to that.
The EW cover.
It'll never happen. I'm hopelessly behind. So,
Well, we can watch that while we're getting ripped. We'll watch
Oh.
all of Supernatural.
oh man, I'll tell you what, Tim. If we watch every episode of Supernatural, we would be ripped by the end of it because there's hundreds.
We'd
of
have to be
episodes.
working out during it.
Oh right, yeah.
We couldn't just be like, I'm riveted by this. My muscles are so tense.
Yeah,
That might work too,
maybe-
though. Yeah.
well, if we're taking a little steroids.
Yeah, that's true. If you just took steroids
Mm-hmm.
and then just like flexed your muscles for a little while.
I mean, that's kind of what working out is.
Yeah. I guess
Flexing
so.
your muscles.
Yeah, all right. So new plan. Just steroids and flexing while we watch Supernatural.
Oh,
12 seasons.
what if we get like those things that like Bruce Lee used that just stimulate your muscles with electricity?
Oh yeah. You
Yeah.
get that and that thing that the lady in the Black Hole Sun video is doing where it jiggles your whole belly.
Yeah, to get rid of all the fat.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll be all set watching Supernatural.
Yeah. And plus,
Man.
it must be a good show. It's been on forever. Tom,
Yeah. Imagine,
what's a
but,
show?
Imagine my electricity bill
What? Yeah. What's a show?
between the TV, the jiggling machine, and the electrodes. Woo!
And the DVD player, Tom.
Yeah.
Don't forget.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to, make sure the circuit breakers don't flip. Use different outlets.
And the steroids. I think the steroids will be pretty expensive. But I guess
But
they don't take
they'll have
electricity.
nothing to do with the electricity.
All right, never mind. Tom,
Uh-huh.
name another show
Mm-hmm.
that has been on for over 10 seasons and isn't great.
Gunsmoke.
You love Gunsmoke.
That's another show that, like, I've never seen a minute of Gunsmoke. It hasn't been on the air in decades.
Yeah.
But that's, like, the longest running show, right? Or the Simpsons beat it now?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. But
Simpsons.
still, like, the longest running drama. It was a Western, and it had, like, 500 episodes.
There is nothing less appealing to me than a Western anything.
What
Right.
about Westworld? Well, I don't want to jump the gun. Maybe we'll get to that. Is that on your list?
That's not on my list because I don't want to hear you talk about it because you've been talking my ear off about Westworld.
I talked to you once
you
about
saw a preview for Westworld and you're like, this is the perfect show for me,
Yeah,
Tom.
yeah.
It's
A
like,
guy
how do
who
you
loves
know?
westerns
You
and
watched
robots.
60 seconds of a boring thing.
Yeah. Well, it's based on a Michael Crichton movie.
Yeah, I know all about Westworld, Tom,
Well, you think you do.
but you have no idea.
Yeah. But I guess you'll find out if you do this fall on Home Box Office.
Tom, so the way that Entertainment Weekly breaks this down is they got they go by.
Please just call it EW, or else we're going to be here forever.
Tom, it's like when an old man says WW2. It's so much more syllables than World War II.
By an old man, you mean a World War II vet, Tim? Oh, it's like these old men who go on and on about WW2. Jeez.
No, it could have been somebody that decided not to fight.
That wasn't an option back then.
What?
You couldn't be like, nah, I don't want to.
Yeah, but like, you think everybody fought in World War II?
No.
Yeah. You think one guy, they
Everyone
were like, hey, you
able-bodied.
should go there. And he was like,
Nah.
I don't think so. You don't think
He's
that
like-
happened one time?
He was like, nah, I'm going to steal everyone's wives.
Yeah, and that's what he did. And then he
Yeah.
started saying too many syllables. Pissed me off.
Yeah. He was telling you, like, I remember WW2. I had sex with everyone's wives while they were gone.
I took him out swing dancing and then brought
Yeah.
him home.
Yeah,
We
we went and watched a woman's baseball game, and then we went home for sex.
That guy stinks. See,
Yeah.
see, I'm telling
Yeah,
you,
no,
that's the
you're right.
old man I was
Yeah,
talking about.
Yeah, screw that guy. Real
Probably
jerk.
so many of our grandfathers, and we don't even know it.
Yeah, no idea.
Yeah. So number one, Tom. The returning program, Jane the Virgin,
Yeah.
the Tom Reynolds story.
Tim, that's not the Tom Reynolds story. You're slandering me, and I won't stand for it.
You ever watch Jane the Virgin?
I've not, but I've heard it's very good.
You know what it's
It's
about?
on my favorite network.
I think it's about it's a woman, a young lady
Yeah.
who
She's accidentally impregnated.
yeah. How does this like? Is this a toilet seat situation?
Tim,
what?
once again, you cannot get pregnant from a toilet seat.
It's on its third season.
Yeah, I think
She must have a baby by now, right?
I believe she did
Yep,
have the
there's a
baby.
baby in a picture. Yeah.
Yeah, and I believe that the baby's biological father is like somebody she has a crush on.
Oh, do they live together?
I don't believe so.
Man, this is a complicated situation.
And I think she's still a virgin, even though she's had a baby. Maybe she lost her virginity since then, but
I mean, all right. Look, I don't know why we're talking about this show. It's gross. It's got
well, you brought it up. It's gross.
I didn't bring it up. Entertainment Weekly brought it up.
It's EW shorter than Entertainment Weekly. It's not a WW2 situation.
Yeah, but it's not the weekly that does it. It's the E. Okay. What if I call it Ent Weekly?
What if you just call it
What if
EW?
I call it Entweekly? What about just Tweakly?
All right, fine. You can call it whatever you want.
Well, you're the one who yelled at. Stop being like, oh.
Just don't call it late for dinner.
Tom, I got great news.
Yeah.
Thanks to the geniuses at the Colombian Broadcasting System.
That's not what the CW is.
No.
Oh, it's Columbia, not Colombian.
I'm pretty sure it's
CBS.
Thank you for clarifying, because you think our listeners are so stupid. Guess who's back? Joey Tribbiani.
As Joey?
No, they tried that once,
Yeah.
and it was a massive failure. Matt LeBlanc,
Mm-hmm.
in a new comedy, The Man with the Plan.
And he is the man with the plan?
Yeah, guess what the premise is? A dad.
Guess what the plan is? Is it like terrorism?
No, I think he plays a good guy in this.
No, it's not going to like blow
Imagine it was just like
up a plane or something.
This fall on CBS, Matt LeBlanc's back.
Matt
Hey,
LeBlanc.
how are you doing? Whoa, not that Joey. Move over, Joey Lawrence. It's time for Matt LeBlanc.
That would just confuse people even more.
And then it's like, and he's blowing up an airline.
Yeah, well, he's planning on it.
Yeah. Oh, well, watch this wacky family man put together a terrorist plot.
So what is his plan in Man with a Plan?
I don't know. A dad finds out that parenting is harder than he thought after his wife goes back to work. And he's left at home to take care of the kids. A man taking care of a child.
Jeez,
Can you imagine this?
Well, I could in this screwed up world.
Yeah. Sad. It's sad.
It
really,
is sad.
Tom,
It's very
when you
sad.
Think about it. It sounds like Matt LeBlanc, the man,
Oh.
doesn't have much of a plan if
Yeah.
he found himself at home with the kids, right?
Yeah, well, presumably this show only lasts one episode before he puts his foot down
Yeah.
and tells the little lady,
Listen,
listen,
this isn't natural.
this is not natural. Get back in the house and watch these kids.
Yeah. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have an airplane to blow up.
Yeah. Excuse me, I have to go back to the basement and continue my plans.
I don't think on the Reynolds scale, 1 to 20,
How old are the kids?
8 and 11.
You said that without referencing Entertainment Weekly.
Yeah. It says here 8 and 11.
Is that true?
No, I'm sure they're littler, right?
Oh, I don't know. I'm thinking it might be I'm guessing that they've got 3 kids and one's like a toddler.
Mm-hmm.
One's like middle school, almost middle school, maybe a tween. And then one's like a teenager.
3 kids.
No.
His wife, Andy, with an I. Yes, dears.
How do you
Liza
spell
Snyder.
Y-N-D-Y?
Andy with an I.
I-N-D-Y?
Indy. That spells Indy, Tom.
So his wife, Indy.
Yeah, his wife, Indy.
We named the dog Indy.
The good Sean Connery. And 3 kids. And the show also returns him to the multi-camera format.
Great. I've been dying to see Matt LeBlanc in the multi-camera format.
You know what? I think Matt. Do you watch Top Gear with him on it, Tom?
No, that has multiple cameras, though.
Yeah. What are you guys doing?
Yeah.
UW?
Well, it's just that's the most boring thing you could find to say about this show.
Well, I mean,
Tell me how old the kids are.
Well, maybe they.
But I'm telling you.
Oh.
Yeah, maybe. Tim, you keep referencing this magazine like it's updating itself magically.
Tom, it's a long article.
Oh, that is a lot. I thought these were just like one paragraph.
Well, no, this is
blurbs.
They scored a Q&A with Matt LeBlanc.
Wow.
TV's Joey.
Who'd they have to fuck to get that
Whoa,
Q&A?
probably Blossom.
Why would that make sense?
Speaking of Blossom, Tom, the next page.
She's on
The Big Bang Theory, which is coming back for its 10th season.
You've got the 3 kids at 3 different ages, so you can see Joey interact with all of them. You can't go out of the house looking like that little lady, he says to the toddler.
He's gonna. Oh man, can you imagine? You come to pick up a girl for a date. Mm-hmm. You're gonna take her to make out point, do some necking,
and then.
But guess what? Guess what's standing between you and your perverted night of dreams?
Famous TV dummy.
Yeah, but I bet he's like, let's have a little bit of a talk here.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Man, he's really turned into our generation's Tony Danza.
He really has.
It's not a bad place to be.
I mean, that was another look at how that flipped roles. Tony Dan, the man is the maid?
Yeah. This really makes me sick.
Did he live in the van? Was that what it was?
Like before they got there?
No, while he was there. What was the deal with the van? Why was the van such a big deal in that show?
I think the van was just in the opening credits.
Yeah, but I mean, why put it in the opening credits?
I think it was implied that he and Samantha were living in that van, and it was hard times.
Mm-hmm.
And then
that was not a big enough house for like a maid to live in.
we didn't see the upstairs, really.
Well, I don't think the upstairs was bigger than the downstairs.
It might have been as big.
Yeah, but even if it wasn't as big.
What are you talking about? We didn't even see the whole thing. We never saw the backyard.
For all we know, that house was 20 stories.
Mona had her own separate structure on the property.
Yeah, but he didn't have to clean up Mona's place, did he?
Tom.
That'd be disgusting.
No, but Mona's there. We're talking about Who's the Boss, by the way.
Uh-huh.
Mona's there. She's in separately, right?
Yeah.
So you got Tony Danza.
Uh-huh.
You got Angela.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I'm sorry. Tony Maselli.
Yeah.
Angela Bauer. Samantha Maselli.
Mm-hmm.
And Jonathan Bauer.
Uh-huh.
It's 4 people. You need 3 bedrooms. You need 4 because Tony and Angela in the beginning were not.
Yeah. But so you've got.
You're saying 4 people. That wasn't like an apartment,
But I'm saying
Tom.
you've got
Tom,
3 people.
Tom,
But listen, before
I lived in an apartment with you where there were 4 roommates and a common room, and it was way smaller than the set of Who's the Boss.
Yeah, but I'm saying, look, you only had Angela, Samantha, and Jonathan living there, right?
And Tony.
No, but listen, before then.
No,
They're making
Samantha came with Tony, you dink.
No, I know, not Samantha then. Angela.
There's 2 of them.
Angela,
Yes.
Samantha. No, Angela.
You're having a stroke.
Angela, Mona, and Jonathan
Right.
are all living there. And they're like, we're making a big enough mess that we not only need a maid, but we'll put up with him living here and having a teenage daughter living here too.
Tony Danza pulls up to their house in that big depressing blue van.
Yeah.
He's like,
spit in
"Please."
his hand and wanted to shake.
Yeah, please, my daughter and I are living out of this van. It was more, and Angela was just like, yeah, okay, sure. And Tony was just like, I gotta make this up to you somehow. How about I keep things clean
How about
around
I
here?
clean your pipes?
And also, Mona was probably a goddamn tornado.
Yeah, she probably made a big mess.
That she left.
I clogged the toilet again.
Yeah.
That's the audience laughing. Did they ever explain what happened with Tony and Angela's former lovers?
I don't know. It's none of my business.
You never asked.
Yeah.
No, I'm
Leave
just
a little to the
curious.
imagination.
How'd the both of them end up, single parents?
Well, maybe they probably did. I wasn't all that interested in that. I wasn't all that interested in the backstory of Who's the Boss.
Yeah, well,
I just wanted to see the zany adventures and misunderstandings.
It's obvious that you weren't interested, Tim,
Why?
because you don't know anything about it.
Yeah. I could never write for Entertainment Weekly. I don't have the scoops.
No.
Tom,
Yeah.
should we move on? Do you want to talk about the
Please.
Big Bang Theory?
No.
But you love, did we just talk about the Big Bang Theory?
Yeah.
For like 20 minutes?
That was on Amazing Facts.
Oh, okay. Well, people should.
A nice plug for Amazing
Yeah.
Facts.
We talk about bowl cuts. Dancing
Mm-hmm.
with the Stars
It's
returned
back.
for its 23rd season.
Yeah. They just
Jeepers
had a
creepers.
big controversy on there.
My man, Tom Bergeron,
America's man, Tom Bergeron.
kept it moving. Somebody
Kept
attacked.
it cool.
So Ryan Lochte
Mm-hmm.
is on this thing,
Yeah.
Dancing with the Stars. They get stars to dance.
Yeah.
And
I
then,
think in the UK it's called Strictly Ballroom.
really?
I think so.
Why don't they call it Dancing with the Stars?
Well, why they don't call Dragons,
Why they don't call dragons over here?
Dragon's Den Shark Tank?
Because sharks are so much better. Sharks are actual real things, man. Dragons are...
Dragons were real in England.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. I mean, a long time ago when they had castles.
When Game of Thrones happened.
Mm-hmm. When Game of Thrones happened.
Look it up in a history book.
Yeah, dummy.
Tom?
Mm-hmm.
What were we talking about? Oh, Ryan Lochte, the swimmer.
Locky.
Huh?
Locky.
Lochte.
Lochte. I think that's how it's spelled, but I think the T is silent.
I don't think so.
It doesn't matter.
Anyway, he's like a famous dumb guy and swimmer, right?
And liar.
Yeah, and like he started an international
That's
incident.
how he started swimming, because his pants were on fire.
Oh, he's like, I know how to.
He's
Whoa.
like, huh.
Took him a
pretty good at this.
while to figure it out, though, because
Yeah.
he's so dumb.
Yeah, he's super dumb.
I don't know what to do here. Jump in the water.
It hurts.
But like, this is like an accelerated like apology tour that like he's already doing this. Like,
I think he was already.
it took Paula Deen like. You know, she said the N-word. It came out that she said the N-word a bunch of times.
Yeah.
And then it was like 8 months later they let her on Dancing with the Stars. This is like, you started an international incident and like lost all your endorsements and like sold out your teammates and like
Yeah.
overshadowed the whole Olympics. And like a week later, they're like, hey, why don't you...
I have to imagine he was already scheduled to be on there.
Yeah.
Because, like, what does that guy do when it's not the Olympics?
Swims!
How much can you possibly swim?
Probably a lot, Tom.
Yeah.
He's got to swim. He knows how to swim real fast.
Well,
He's
but
gotta
I'll tell you
practice.
what, he's making more money probably being on Dancing with the Stars than
They don't get paid
going
anything.
to
It's
swim
for
meets.
charity.
All right. Well, better for his PR. He can sell T-shirts or whatever.
You can sell T-shirts.
Yeah.
That say what?
I love Ryan Lochte.
That's good.
Yeah.
Why do you refuse to say his name correctly?
He knows why.
All right. Vanilla Ice is also on it.
But so what happened? Protesters stormed the stage.
Yeah.
But did
No,
they
so,
say
like-
what they were protesting?
Ryan Lochte probably.
That's what I assume. But like, what about? Like, just that
The
he's
people don't like him, that he's a liar.
Yeah, but I mean,
He lied and people died.
no, that's not true.
A lot of people died because
but
of him.
nobody else. They've had other jerks on there.
Rick Perry's on this?
Yeah.
Guys, and you're interrupting to protest Ryan Lochte?
Yeah,
Jesus, guys, get your
get your head in the game.
At what point Vanilla Ice? Can we just say like you've been like knowingly ironically winking
For decades now.
like for 10 times the amount of time that you were actually seriously doing this.
Right.
We get it. You know it was lame. Like it's not funny anymore. It's not like, oh my god, it's that guy. It's
Yeah.
Vanilla Ice. Remember him? Ice Ice Baby? It's like, remember him from a million other times? He was like,
But that
I bet you didn't expect to see me here.
but
I did
that's
expect to see you, Vanilla Ice.
that's why Dancing with the Stars is perfect for these people, because they're actually doing something. They have to learn dances.
Right.
So that it has like unexpectedly turned people's careers around, because Buzz Aldrin.
Buzz Aldrin's career was fine.
No,
He's
they're
a
talking about putting him
stupid
back up in
fraud that
space.
sat in a chair.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Buzz Aldrin. You didn't even get out, right? Oh no, he got out.
Yeah, he got out. But
Anyone who got out in space and walked around on the moon,
hats off to them.
hats off to you. Everybody else, you sat in a chair, and everybody in Houston pulled a bunch of levers. Congratulations. And everybody thinks you're so great.
But if you're on Dancing with the Stars, like at least you're dancing and stuff. So people, I think there are people that go on there that are better than people would expect or think. And then people are like, oh, that guy's pretty good.
One year, one of the Spice Girls won. And it's
Yeah.
like, of course.
Yeah. She's a dancer.
Yeah.
But a lot of it's personality, Tim. People like to see that personality out there.
Not me. I mean,
You just want to see dancing?
is the UK version actually just strictly ballroom? 'Cause
No,
if that's the
I
case,
think they also have, like celebrities of varying import.
Mary Lou Henner's on this.
Yeah.
She's probably really good at remembering all the moves, all the steps.
Right. But they have like one of the gymnasts that was just in the Olympics.
Oh, Ryan Lochte.
No, he's a swimmer. They have one of the gymnasts.
Yeah.
And like I think that's not fair. Like of course that girl's going to be the best.
As we all know, Tom York was a great gymnast. and he's a very bad dancer.
Who?
Tom York.
Tom York was a gymnast?
Yeah, you didn't know this about
No.
him? Jesus, what don't you know about Tom York?
That.
Yeah, a lot of
That's
things.
one thing. I know
Yeah.
he wasn't a gymnast.
Yeah, he was. Look
When?
it up. When he was young.
In the Olympics?
Not in the Olympics, but
No.
like they didn't even have the Olympics back then, as far as I can recall.
Yeah, they did.
Did they? He probably went to him.
Maybe as a spectator.
Oh, you're saying this woman
Huh?
was actually
Yeah.
competing?
Yeah,
in
it
the
wasn't
Olympics.
just somebody who was there.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that seems like an advantage. I don't know. I don't think gymnastics and
And dancing have anything to do with each other?
Tom, would you say I'm a pretty good drummer?
Yeah.
And that takes having a lot of rhythm, right?
Uh-huh.
And
But you're not moving your body.
I'm moving all four limbs, you dink.
Yeah, but you're not. A, stop calling me a dink. And B, you're not. You're moving all your limbs, but you're still sitting on your duff.
Sometimes I like to
Stand up.
stand up. Like,
No.
Jump up when there's a rest or something. No. No, I'm moving things in rhythm. I'm moving all four limbs in rhythm.
You're not moving yourself, though, Tim. You're not locomoting, and that's what's important with dance.
You make me so
Watch one episode of Dancing with the
I
Stars,
will
Tim,
not.
and you'll see.
I will not. And then what is the other subplot? All the dancers fall in love. All the celebrities fall in love with the dancers that they're assigned to.
Is that a subplot?
I think so. I think they have to like live together, right?
I don't think they have to live together. It's just that they practice together.
Sleep in the same bed.
They don't sleep in the same bed.
I think so.
No, it's just that they practice. Like if they're serious about it, they have to practice a lot.
Well, I'll tell you one thing.
What?
Robert Herjavec, son of an immigrant factory worker, and Shark Tank super investor.
Yes.
Shark Tank shark, Dragon's Den fire breather.
Well, he's not
Robert
on
Herjavec,
Dragon's Den.
married his dance partner from Dancing with the Stars.
Wow. But
So-
he's a rich guy.
Yeah, I know.
So he was probably like, hey, I'm rich. You're presumably the
30 years younger than me.
Yeah, 30 years younger. Body like a dancer, I bet. 'Cause
Body
she was
like
a dancer.
she was a dancer. She's a professional dancer. Yeah.
So he's probably like, hey, I've got a counter offer to make to you. How about you give me 100% of that body for marriage in exchange? No negotiations.
All right, moving on.
Yes.
Tim,
Tim, we've barely even talked about any news shows.
Yeah, we're on Monday night still, Tom. And guess what?
Is Monday Night Raw coming back? Is it in there?
No.
No, it got canceled.
It got canceled.
Oh,
No more wrestling. You know what? I'd be happy if they just stopped all the wrestling.
what do you care?
I don't know. It's just people are a little too into it. There are too many people in their 30s that are like
Really into wrestling.
really into
well,
it.
I think it's on. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. They didn't cancel it. If anything, they added another one.
Yeah.
I think wrestling's on like at least 3 nights a week now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do they still cut themselves secretly with razor blades? And
Sometimes.
Really?
Yeah. What's that called? It's called like blading.
Blading, I think, yeah.
Not rollerblading, razor blading.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
I
still do
prefer-
stuff like that once in a while, I think. I think not so much. I think mostly just because people know that now.
Right.
So it's like not that.
Is there a lot of bleeding on Monday Night Raw?
Yeah, it happens sometimes, Tim. Oh, I don't know. I think it does. I mean, sometimes people get hurt.
People, do they still do ladder matches?
I believe so. I think there's probably even all kinds of new gimmicks.
Well, the ladder match, they'd set up a ladder in the middle of the ring,
Yep.
and then they'd put
They
the,
put the
belt
yeah,
on top.
mhm.
and
Well,
say-
it'd be like suspended on top.
yeah. So you had to climb the ladder to grab the belt.
You have to
and-
like climb the ladder, stand on the top of the ladder, and then like
Yeah.
reach up. I
But
wouldn't
then-
do that even if somebody was wrestling me.
Right. And then the other thing is,
Mm-hmm.
they always like take the ladder and start using it as a weapon.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
It's like, why don't they bolt that ladder down to the middle of the squared circle?
It sounds like the last thing the WWE cares about is safety.
Sad.
Yeah. Just make it a rule. Hey, fellas,
Guys,
don't
go
use
easy.
the ladder on
Yeah.
each other.
The ladder's just there for you to climb so you can get the belt.
Yeah. We're trusting you guys. It's just the belt's all the way up there. We don't have time to bring it down.
Yeah. So we
improvised and we put a ladder in there.
Got a stagehand and said, "Hey, Larry, you got anything?" "Oh, I got this ladder.
I got this old beat up ladder.
Yeah, it might be tall enough. I'm not sure."
It's just barely tall enough.
Yeah.
Well, Tim, if we're going to become muscle men together, we're going to have to start getting into wrestling.
Yeah, and we're going to have
gonna
to start doing ladder matches.
Yeah, because at some point we're going to get so muscular that the only place they'll hire us is wrestling.
It's true. We're going to be busting out of we'll try to put on a suit to go to
come
work.
on.
And they'll be like, "Yeah, you look like we dressed up a gorilla."
Yeah, we're going to walk into Brooks Brothers and going to be like, I don't think so. Out.
Get out.
Yeah.
Kevin James is back, Tom.
Oh, I can't wait.
Well, guess what?
What?
Kevin can wait.
Oh, great.
Is the name of the show. Kevin James plays a retired cop
Mm-hmm.
with an attractive wife and kids.
Oh, he's really mixing it up, huh?
Yeah.
Who's his attractive wife this time?
Erin Hayes, who's like, she's in funny things. She's funny.
Oh, yeah. She's like way younger than he is.
Yeah, but that's how it works, man.
Oh, yeah. She's very attractive.
Yeah,
You know, they're filming that show on Long Island.
they are.
Yeah. The first sitcom.
Ever?
On Long Island.
Oh, on Long Island.
Yeah. Which I don't get because how are they going to fill up that studio audience enough? You're just
I don't
going to
know.
bring
It's like
everybody from the town in?
40 minutes. Yeah, just the townspeople go once a week
Yeah.
and watch a taping of Kevin Can Wait.
Because,
like,
like-
I bet, like, everybody's psyched.
Yeah.
But, like, if that show lasts, like, they're just going to be like,
Yeah, season 8 of, 23 episode seasons, people aren't going to be...
yeah, I'm not getting on a train to go out there and
Yeah.
be like, oh, I'll sit in the studio audience.
That's why, and especially those townspeople, they're all excited now. They don't know how shitty it is being in the studio audience.
I will never be in a studio audience for anything again as long as I live.
Yeah, you will.
Treat you like subhuman. It's the worst.
You're the worst.
Despicable.
You're despicable. You're deplorable.
Kevin James.
Uh-huh.
Look, I know it's not the same show as the King of Queens, but it's
Yeah.
like kind of the same show as the King of Queens. Like the set looks like it looks the same.
Yeah.
And it's fine.
Yeah.
But it's like,
Why mess with a good thing?
why did you stop doing the other thing to begin with?
Probably because it got too expensive.
Oh, one of those Big Bang Theory situations.
No, my guess is it was like, this show's too expensive now because like we have to pay everyone more.
We got to pay that Scientologist lady, Leah Remini.
Yeah. And it's probably like, all right, I'll stop doing that show.
All this money, this is just a money laundering scheme for the Church of Scientology.
She's out of it now.
I know, but how much of that King of Queens money do you
all of
think
it more.
went to David Miscavige?
So yeah, he probably was like, I'll step away for a while, then I'll start a new show. So it'll be cheap, but get this, I still make even more money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll maintain this, though.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin James, I think he's very funny.
Wow. Well, I guess we'll see you in the studio audience.
Every week. You got me.
Took the train out to Bethpage. What are you doing tonight? Well, it's Wednesday. I've got to go to a taping.
They don't do it live, Tom, and it's
What?
on Mondays. They probably film on Fridays, and that's a great
What
Friday
do you
night
mean they
thing
don't
to
do it live? Oh, is the show on Wednesdays?
No, it's on Mondays.
Well, what about what I said implied that it's live?
Well, you made it sound like they film it at like 8 p.m., like when it would be on.
Well, they can't film it during the day. Everybody in town's got to work.
Not in this town. It's very depressed.
Bethpage? Old Bethpage?
Old Bethpage. They take a day off of playing old-timey baseball and pretending to blacksmith.
Mm-hmm.
Selling
They play
that.
old-timey baseball in Bethpage?
Yeah, man.
I
And
didn't
they
know
also
that.
sell those crappy candies. You go to this old, like
what do they call it? Recreation?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Where
like a
it's
historical recreation.
Yeah, and you go there on a field trip, or worse, your parents take you on the weekend for some sick reason, right? And it's
To
like,
get their sick rocks off.
yeah, and you have to watch an old-timey baseball game.
And some lady churning butter, probably.
Yeah, somebody talking about blacksmithing, but there's no sparks or anything. They don't do anything with
Too
sparks.
dangerous.
And then they're like, okay, now to the candy store. And you're like, sweet. But he's just like, hard sticks
Suckers.
of candy.
Yeah, I kind of like those though.
You're gross. Tom?
Uh-huh.
Vamp, I'm looking. Oh, no. Look what's coming back, Tom.
Supergirl
The superest girl.
on the CW.
Yeah. Tom,
Leaving CBS.
you talked to me
Uh-huh.
about Supergirl
Yes.
during its first season.
Mm-hmm.
The way that, like, actual grown-ups talk about, like, the stock market and things.
Uh-huh.
You were stone-faced serious about, like, how you really like what they were doing about this specific plot line,
Yeah.
and I really think the audience is going to pick up, and
Yeah.
look, it's underperformed.
Yeah, but
And-
it's a long bet.
Yeah.
They're in it for the long haul.
And then, like, you called me the day they announced they was moving from CBS to the CW,
Yeah.
breathless. Like, Tim, I
finally.
got big news.
It's coming home where it belongs.
Alongside The Arrow and The Flash.
and Legends of Tomorrow.
That's not an actual show.
It's Tim.
So Supergirl is a super young lady who Jeb Bush wants to
he
kiss
just
on the
said
mouth.
she's hot.
And then, like, winked a little
Yeah.
bit, right?
Guess who's in this season of Supergirl? Superman.
Batman.
Superman.
Oh.
Batman's friend Superman.
Yeah, but, like, when's the last time you've been excited about Superman?
Every time. Every day. Tim, I was excited about Superman waking up today.
Really?
Yeah.
I just feel like when's post Christopher Reeve.
Mm-hmm.
Who's a Superman that you're like, oh, this is a Superman I can get behind.
Brandon Routh. Henry Cavill.
The new guy, Henry
Dean,
Cavill.
Yeah.
Well, Dean Cain. I'll give you Dean Cain.
Yeah. Well, guess what? Dean Cain's on Supergirl.
You know,
Dummy.
Dean Cain.
Mm-hmm.
They should lock him up.
Well, currently on Supergirl, he's locked up in Cadmus, so they're taking care of it.
Okay. Well, in
Yeah.
real life, we should lock him up and throw away the key.
Well, Tim,
He seems like a real creep. I bet he's sexually harassing someone on the set of Supergirl, right?
He's in very few episodes so far.
Yeah, probably because I had to keep him away from the young ladies.
Well, they lock him up in Cadmus.
yeah.
They're probably doing
Katniss?
Cadmus. They're probably doing experiments on him in there. Tim, you don't want to know. the
Who
kind
does
of
he
stuff.
play?
He
Superman?
plays Supergirl's adopted father.
Yeah. I just look, Tom. What's better,
Mm-hmm.
Supergirl
Yeah.
or Lois and Clark: The New Adventures of Superman?
Supergirl, Tim.
Well, like that's obvious to me.
Yeah, because Lois and Clark was so boring.
Supergirl looks super boring.
No.
Okay, touche.
Yeah.
Tom, I got no time for Supergirl talk.
Not even
anymore.
the first two episodes that Superman's going to be in?
No, you know what? You actually did. I was talking to you about Supergirl one time, and this is the 15th time you told me that Superman's going to be in it in this season, and then you're like, "Andy's got a really big butt."
He does.
Yeah, all you're talking about.
He's got
Like
a
you told me about
huge
how
butt.
big the actor playing
you see the
Superman's butt
picture?
is. No, I didn't see the. Why would I see the picture of Superman's butt?
Well, because I would have shown you. I guess
No,
I'll show it to
yeah,
you later.
Yeah, I'll
I have it saved.
take a look. Tom,
Yeah.
I don't want you to get too excited about this.
Mm-hmm.
Bull.
What is that? Was it about Night Court?
It's.
Was it a Night Court spinoff? Finally, they got my letters.
Don't you wish Richard Mall was offered a Bull
Yeah.
spinoff?
And we're like, you know what? Everybody's wondering, what's Bull up to nowadays? We'd like to pick up the story.
I saw Bull on TMZ recently.
Why are... You know what? I'll give TMZ this. They will sometimes cover the most, like, ridiculous... Not ridiculous, but, like, how'd they even find this person?
I mean, he was like
Celebrities.
at the airport, probably not LAX, like probably like a weird airport,
Yeah.
right?
Well, I think they're just always at LAX,
Yeah,
just
but, like,
waiting to see
Who's
who
this
comes out.
paparazzo that's like, hey, that's Bull from Night Court?
No.
Um,
Well, I mean, he's got to stick out.
no, he looks like. Remember when when Pee Wee Herman, when Paul Rubens was in Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the movie.
Yeah, and you like didn't even recognize him.
Yeah, exactly. It's like that kind of situation. Like he looks like a real weird creep.
Does he still have a bald head?
Nope. I don't think so. Or maybe it's like, I don't know. He looks real weird.
Okay.
And they asked him,
I mean, he looked real weird on Night Court, too.
Yeah, and they asked him about, like, hey, Bull, is there going to be a Night Court reunion or whatever? And, like, he was just like, I wouldn't show up to that if there was. And then, like, implied that, like, everybody in the cast was, like, mean to him and, he hated everybody. And it's like, wow.
Bull's just been waiting for a platform.
Yeah. I don't know.
No, I gotta watch this video.
Yeah. TMZ.com.
/Bull.
/Bull. No, Bull is in fact an upcoming American television comedy drama series starring Michael Weatherly.
Okay.
Who I don't know who that is.
He's a weatherman.
But this is where it gets weird. The show is based on the early days of talk show host Phil McGraw.
Who is Phil McGraw?
Dr. Phil.
What? Why is...
It's Dr. Phil before Dr. Phil.
And what is it about?
I think it's a courtroom drama.
Why was Dr. Phil was a lawyer?
This is a real thinker, man. This is a real head scratcher. I don't know. Dr. Phil.
He just got his grubby mitts on something.
Yeah, I don't even think... You know how he's like not a doctor, but everybody calls him Dr. Phil?
He's not a doctor?
No. I bet this is like a law drama, but like he was just like, I'll just start calling myself Phil McGraw Esquire without a law degree, show up at court, see what happens. And they're just like, hey, do whatever you want, man.
Dr. Phil isn't like a psychologist?
I don't think so. He's a television personality.
Yeah. You know what? Between Dr. Phil and Dr. Oz, Oprah's really done a lot of bad things to this country.
Well, also, The Secret, remember when she was like all talking about The Secret and then she had to like denounce The Secret? Do you know
Why'd she have to denounce The Secret?
Because, all right, so The Secret.
Because she told everyone the secret.
The Secret.
Yeah.
Is that like just really want something and it'll happen to you.
Just put it out into the universe.
You put it out into the universe, you make your
a
vision
dream
board.
Yeah, vision board.
And then she got a letter from somebody who had was like, thank you for introducing me to The Secret. I've decided that modern medicine isn't for me, so I'm going off chemotherapy and just
going on The Secret.
Yeah, and basically said that, and Oprah had to like go on TV and be like, well, The Secret's great and totally works. However, if you're very sick, take medicine.
Right.
And then everybody was like, okay, cool. So The Secret still works is what you're saying?
Right.
Great.
Just not for sickness.
Yeah. Works for everything else. Sports cars.
Yeah.
Landing that man.
Finally.
Tay Diggs.
Yep.
Let's
a
see
lot of vision boards on have Tay Diggs on them.
And Ryan Phillippe.
Yep. He's on a lot of vision boards too.
And Mark Lynn Baker.
Mark Lynn Baker is probably on very few vision boards.
I don't know.
TV's Larry Appleton.
Yeah. Man, I went down a Wikipedia rabbit hole about Perfect Strangers the other day.
Yeah.
Where I'm not even going to tell you the amazing piece of trivia that I found out.
Why not?
Because it won't even mean anything to even you.
Oh, wow. All right. I don't know. I kind of feel insulted.
All right, here. I'm going to try you on this. And
okay.
if this sentence makes any sense to you.
Okay.
We're going to be working buddies for a very long time, Tom.
I have a piece of Perfect Strangers trivia for you after this.
The same woman who played Miss Lydia was also cast in the earlier seasons as Mrs. Twinkasetti. Does that mean anything to you?
Now, Twinkasetti was the landlord, right?
He was their landlord and their boss. Man,
how is he? their boss at the newspaper?
No, it was before the newspaper. It was in like a hobby shop or something
They
downstairs.
worked at a hobby shop?
Yeah, the first season was weird.
Oh,
and they
man.
like jettisoned all that after
Yeah.
the first season. They retooled it.
Yeah.
And then a couple seasons later, this new lady showed up, Miss Lydia, at the newspaper. And it's the same lady that played a wildly different character.
Now, did they call any attention to that?
They did not. I mean, not that I know of. If I had known about that, that would have creeped me out when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I wrote a letter to ABC telling them that they were missing an obvious opportunity to have a crossover with Urkel on Perfect Strangers, because who wouldn't want to see Urkel and Balky together?
And they're in the
Because they
same
exist
universe.
in the same universe.
Harriet
Yeah.
Winslow was on
Worked
both.
at the newspaper.
Yeah.
With Larry and later
you
Balky.
You wrote a letter to...
Dear ABC.
Um,
It just seemed, and you know what?
and
even-
Urkel was appearing everywhere at that point, right?
Yeah, why not? And
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, by that point, Perfect Strangers could really use the boost.
It's true. The last season of Perfect Strangers, really depressing.
When they moved into that weird big house?
Yeah. They went...
They married the flight attendants,
Yeah.
and they moved into a big house
And
together.
then one of the flight attendants was pregnant, and they all went in a hot air balloon,
Yeah.
and then couldn't get back to Earth, and she started having a baby.
Yeah.
What do these guys get into next? One time they got stuck in quicksand. Another time they were in the basement, and the basement started flooding, and they broke the stairway, and they couldn't get out.
Yeah. One time they fell asleep in the tanning beds, and they got all burnt up because they told the girls that they were going on vacation. Even I don't know why they lied to them about that.
Yeah. Ladies, keep Marklin Baker up on those vision boards.
He's not married?
I don't know.
It didn't say in
can-
his Wikipedia?
You could. I knew nothing about Marklin Baker. I only knew about. I could answer anything about Larry Appleton.
Man, if I ran into Mark Lynn Baker on the street, I'd be so starstruck.
Yeah, I mean, he's like a theater actor in New York.
Tim, I saw him on Broadway once.
What?
Yeah, and a funny thing happened on the way to the Forum.
This is a pretty good 2016 fall TV preview we're
It
doing.
really is.
Designated Survivor.
Now, this has Kiefer Sutherland.
Yeah, you were gonna make like a lewd joke about his first name, and then thought,
No.
better.
I forgot if it was Kiefer or Donald. And now, what is this about? What? Because I've seen the posters, but the posters don't tell me what it's about.
Here's the thing, and tell me if this is a proper role for Kiefer Sutherland post 24.
Okay.
A low-level cabinet member becomes president of the United States after a catastrophic attack kills everyone above him in the presidential line of succession.
Yikes.
And he plays like this little pipsqueak with glasses, like nerd, buttoned-up doof.
Yeah.
And it's like, after you played like the most badass guy in the world, we're supposed to believe that, like, how is this guy going to step into a powerful position?
Yeah.
He saved the president. Kiefer Sutherland saved the president on numerous occasions.
But then sometimes not.
Oh, really?
I feel like a few presidents died on his watch,
Yeah,
too.
maybe.
I know for sure what's his name died.
Palmer?
Yeah. But that was after he was out of office.
Yeah.
So, you know what?
He's
Kiefer,
off duty.
you're off the
Yeah,
hook.
exactly.
I didn't know that's and so he's the designated
Also, like,
survivor.
Enough with this, like, these, like, crazy, weird doomsday scenarios
Yeah.
where everybody in the government dies. Like, where it's like, hey, imagine this happened. Like, sometimes stuff like that happens. And, like,
Well, it's never happened with like all the cabinet members.
yeah. I mean, what do you think he could be?
It's probably like Secretary of Agriculture or something.
Yeah, but that's a pretty smart man.
Yeah.
You gotta be pretty smart to be, I guess, any kind of.
Well, I don't think it's like a comedy.
You're right. It's drama.
Yeah. So I don't think it's supposed to be like some doofus, some dope who never does.
No, but he looks like it's like some coward has to do this, like
Yeah.
some pencil pusher.
Yeah. It could be a pencil pusher. Maybe he's a secretary of like the environment.
Ugh.
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 All right, Tom.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing.
Yes.
We're only on Tuesday.
Oh, we got a whole week.
I know, but we're
And
done
we
with the show. So
And we haven't even gotten to Who's the Boss or Perfect Strangers. They're not on Monday or Tuesday night.
no, they're on Wednesday and Friday, respectively.
Can't believe you still remember that.
Yeah, well,
Perfect Strangers.
it was the original TGIF.
Yeah.
Who's the Boss was like a breath of fresh air in the middle of the week. Hump day. I get to
Tuesday's not Hump Day.
Wednesday.
Oh, Wednesday. Okay.
Wednesday, you clod.
You said Tuesday.
Dink.
Stop, Tim. I swear to God.
We haven't even gotten to Survivor, Millennials versus Generation X,
Oh, man.
Lethal Weapon,
Yeah.
and Pitch about the first female major league pitcher.
You mean Necessary Roughness. That's about the first female kicker in football.
Right.
Kathy Ireland.
Kathy Ireland.
What is that?
An inside joke between me and my friends when we were 12.
Okay, well, I hope they're listening.
Take that, Jeff.
All right, well, I guess this is going to be part one, Tim. We've got more to cover.
Yeah, we can, if we don't have anything else to talk about on another episode, we'll come back to it.
But, well, I can't wait. I want to talk about more. I haven't even read this episode of Entertainment Weekly.
It's an issue, not an episode, Claude.
Sorry, I just got episodes on the brain.
Dink.
If you like the show, you can find out more at tcgt.com. You can email us, thecompleteguide@gmail.com. You can follow us on Twitter @CompleteGuide. You can follow me @Tom Reynolds on Twitter and Instagram.
You can follow me on those things @YourPalTim. I'm verified.
Tim is not. You can follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/CompleteGuide. Check out our Twitter subreddit. Not Twitter subreddit, our subreddit.
Reddit.
Our Reddit. Reddit.com/r/ Reddit, yes. Reddit.com/r/TCGT.
How many beers did you drink tonight?
I've only had 2.5. I'm just thinking about all these Perfect Strangers things now. You really blew my mind with that recasting. And if you want to support the show, 2 ways to do it. The easy way, tcgt.com/Amazon. Normal Amazon shopping, but we get a kickback. And we don't, a few people have asked us, we don't see what you order.
Yeah.
We don't get like a report.
Yeah.
We get like if we really care, we can see everything, but it's not linked to anyone.
Yeah.
So
and I don't know how to see anything.
and also I'm not, it's going to be, just normal things people order.
Yeah.
So
or like weird things that people order.
Order all the weird things you want.
Yeah, I
the
don't
weirder
care.
the better.
Yeah.
And the fun way.
Is Alexa on right now?
No, and she is in the living room now.
Oh.
That's the Amazon talking thing.
Yeah, I was going to ask what your last 3 orders were.
Please do not.
See, Tom's got weird stuff.
You can also support us the fun way, tcgt.com/pledge, where you get all kinds of fun stuff, such as amazing facts this week, an episode about amazing internet facts, a mini episode to set your expectations. It's about 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Maybe even a little bit less. Maybe 14 or 13 minutes.
And if you're coming to our London shows this week, or
Edinburgh.
because this will come out before all of
Yes.
them. Send us your problems at thecompleteguide@gmail.com. We're gonna do a Tim and Tom solve your problems, and we can't do it unless you send your problems.
Yeah. Put in the subject.
And if this is the first you're hearing that we're doing shows,
Guess what? You're in luck. Well, except for Friday. I think it's sold out now.
I don't know. The 21st, we're in Edinburgh.
Scotland.
And then the 23rd and 24th, we're in London.
Jolly old England.
And this is September 2016.
Yes. tcgt.com/tours, where you can find out that information.
Tom, how much did you pay for that Amazon Echo Dot?
I paid, I believe it was $90 when it came out.
You
And now they're
freaking
$50.
rube.
I know.
Do you like it? Should I buy one?
I don't use it all that much, but I think it's mostly just because I forget. But it's pretty cool. For $50, I would definitely buy one.
I don't like that it's always listening to me, but I guess the iPhone's always listening to me too. Huh?
Everything's always listening. Tim, Big Brother's watching.
Yeah, but what if I
on
don't
his
bring
telescreen.
devices into my life where they can listen? Like, what if I got rid of an iPhone?
And did what?
Just got like
Killed yourself?
Yeah, I'm considering it.
What? He's got a phone that doesn't listen to you all the time?
Yeah.
A phone you can't make calls on?
No, you can make like
The iPhone's always making always listening to see if you say, "Hey Siri," but it is not transmitting.
But
You
we
can
don't
get
know that.
You can get that case that Edward Snowden designed.
Wait, he designed a case?
He worked with like a hacker, of course,
yeah.
and designed a case and like put out like the schematics out. We're super
Do I
smart.
have to build it myself?
No, you can contract a company to do it for you. I think he like.
Why don't we make these cases, Tom?
Well, they're very complicated. But,
no, we have a man. They put the blueprints out.
yeah.
So why don't we just give that to a factory? Have them send them to us. We'll sell it to people at a 200% markup.
Yeah.
Official TCGT non-listening phone cases.
Designed by Edward Snowden.
Yeah, friend of the show, Edward Snowden.
But basically, it just is like a kill switch for like all the antennas in a phone.
Ah.
So it's like a hardware kill switch, so you can be sure, even if your phone's compromised, like this case is going to stop it from sending out any signals and like detect if it does.
Wait. But does that mean it can't like receive a phone call?
No, it can. But like, say you're going into a secure area or you're like having a meeting, you can like flip the switch.
Ah.
And then be like, all right, I know 100% this phone's not transmitting anything.
Wow.
But it could be recording stuff to transmit later.
Oh, really?
I just thought of that. I don't know if he did.
I think my thing is I'm going to smash all my stuff.
Yeah, you might as well. I mean, smash it at least to see if there are any listening devices in there.
Yeah. I mean, there's a microphone in here.
What? In your phone?
Yeah.
It's weird. Like you watch old spy movies and stuff. People are always like looking for bugs. They don't do that anymore. They're like, no, we'll just compromise the listening device you have on you. On the
All the
listening and
time.
recording device that you are constantly using.
Yeah. I don't know.
That's what like people said. What's his name? Zuckerberg was silly because, you know, I guess like people saw in a picture that he's got one of those things covering his camera. Mm-hmm. And they were like, if somebody can compromise Zuckerberg's computer, the last thing they're going to try and get out of there is a picture of him just sitting in the office. Like they're going to take all the shit on there.
Right.
He's got everyone's phone numbers on his computer.
They don't have my phone number, baby.
No, I gave it to him.
What?
Yeah.
Tom.
They asked one day that I logged in. They're like, what's Tim? Well, this is how they got me. They said, what's Tim's phone number again? Like they already knew it.
Yeah.
And I was just reminding,
There's no way to.
It was a foolproof Columbo that they pulled on me. What's Tim's phone number again?
That's
I'm like,
your Mark Zuckerberg.
yeah. I'm like, I told you, Zuck.
That's cool. You must be pretty tight with Zuck.
Yeah.
All right.
See you next week.